Bosco, welcome to the show. Appreciate you coming.
Robert, thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. You are deep into the metaverse and virtual reality. How did all of that come about?
Oh, that's actually a quite interesting question because I'm not the typical gaming guy or I'm just actually coming from the music business. I used to be a professional DJ. Was one of the first blockchain consultants here in Germany because I come from Munich, Germany. And afterwards, I had a music streaming startup. So I had a lot of stuff coming from the music side. And after the music streaming startup, I thought about what's next when it comes to entertainment. And for me, the logical consequence was it needs something to be a much more immersive, interactive way to discover and explore music. And that's why I started actually to, I taught myself how to create and develop 3D experiences with the Unreal Engine. Had a lot of YouTube tutorials for that and got started. And started it back in 2019. And then I merged and got myself through all the little development tasks and which was needed to actually understand the metaverse, what it is, and what my part can be within the metaverse. And that's this is how everything comes. And now I'm here sitting with you and discussing the metaverse.
Nice. I always appreciate from people that really take the time to just kind of crack their head against wanting to learn something until it finally starts sinking in. They get little bits, and they stack up those skills until they create something, which it sounds like you've done. And I've seen some of your videos online, absolutely beautiful work.
Thank you.
Now that you're at this place and you've figured some of this out, what is it? What do you want AR and music to be together for you and what you're going to deliver?
I mean, first of all, I think because a lot of people are talking about AR, VR, that's the next big thing in regards to music, entertainment, education, etc. But I think those are all technologies and tools for us, and we just can decide which tools we would like to use for a different experience. So that's why I always say it's not AR, it's not VR, it's not XR, it's all just one reality, and we just choose a tool for entering maybe another extended reality of ourselves. And
that's a really cool perspective. I like that.
And this is because I don't get it. I mean, I look around the market, everybody's like, yeah, VR, no AR, and blockchain, and I was, hey, come on, this is just technology which enables different things, and it's all about the use cases. And some will need VR for their use cases. Some will just need a web-based platform, and other ones need a high complex decentralized system. So it really depends on your use case in the end of the day. And then you just choose the right technology to enable your use case or to power your use case.
So in this instance, who's your first audience? Who are you looking to build community with?
Right now, because I built Alissia Spaces because it should be a new way of getting in touch with your fans or getting in touch with friends, like socializing in a new and an immersive way. And that's why I created Alissia Spaces, because it's in between gaming and what's already there, but it's a little bit more entertaining. And this is what I would like to bring into the game and make a little change there.
So I want to learn about some of the stepping stones that got you to this as we dig deeper. So you said you were one of the first blockchain consultants in Germany. How did that come about?
Well, this was actually funny because a friend of mine was always telling me, "Hey, Bosco, you need to buy Bitcoin." And I was like, well, "What is Bitcoin?" It was back in 2015, and it was
Oh,
like, "Yeah, Bitcoin. I don't care about Bitcoin. What are you talking about?" And then I did some researches, and what really triggers me was the technology behind it, not the Bitcoin itself. It's one use case of blockchain technology, and as soon as I understood what blockchain technology is about and distributed ledger technologies enable, that was a point when I was on fire and I was like, hey, this is so cool. And I was lucky that this friend actually brought me into a consulting firm and company. And we, so to say, created the first blockchain consulting task force within this company, and I was part of it. And this was really cool because at that point, in the beginning of 2016, I mean, blockchain was like, oh, what is this? What is it? Please tell me, because
yeah.
nobody knew about it. Everybody was like, this is a mysterious thing. I don't get it. What is blockchain? And so I had the chance to consult like one of the biggest mobility companies in Germany with their first blockchain strategy and actually, yeah, how to get started within the blockchain
Mobility
scene.
in terms of telecommunications or as in vehicles?
Transportation
Transportation.
on
Great.
rails and of course cars. Yeah,
Fantastic.
and
So you did some consulting for a while. It sounded like you were helping the larger organizations understand the technology.
yes, exactly.
And then from there is you started. Now you said you DJ'd when you were younger, right?
Yes, I mean the blockchain consultancy. The result was actually that I founded Alissia Music, which was a music streaming startup. Actually, the first iteration was completely blockchain powered and decentralized.
Got it.
And so there was those are the steps from the consultancy from blockchain into the music startup. Yeah, and my passion music is always was always inside of me.
I love it. And so what started getting your attention with the VR stuff?
Um, Due to my initiatives within Alissia Music, the music streaming startup, I had a look much deeper into immersive sound, immersive audio, high definition audio. And I thought this is so cool. Here in Munich, we have one of a very popular studio, which is specialized on Dolby Atmos and HD sound. And I visited them, and they showed me the possibilities of sound if it's done right. And I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool!" And now the missing part would be the visual aspect, because I mean, I used to be I'm not a hardcore gamer. I just used to play a little bit, and back then it was always cool because the sound is so important to because it gives you the feeling to be in the scene, like in the cinema. You have the same situation, and you really feel that you're within the scene. And this was something I was like, hey, the audio is now there for consumers available as well in that sound quality. And now I need to extend this, the audio and the visual part. And then I was like, okay, VR was of course a logical consequence. I tested a lot of stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is cool, but uh, it's do I really would like to have an HMD on the whole day or the whole time? I mean, I'm a person I like to be immersed on one hand, but not completely totally immersed the whole time. And this was that's why I said, okay, I need to create something which gives me a feeling that I can dive into something visual and with the audio aspect. But on the other hand, I'm not isolated completely. And that's why this were the different thoughts when I concepted Alissia Spaces.
Now, for non-audio files, can you touch on the value of the Adobe Atmos?
Yes, the thing is, I mean, you might hear Dolby from home cinema systems. I mean, that's you really have a soundscape, and if a starship is flying from the back to the front, you're gonna hear it somehow with different speakers, of course. And the technology right now and the headphones are at a stage where you actually can have this kind of cinematic audio feeling with a pair of headphones. Okay, it needs to be a little bit better ones, but today it is possible that streaming services can deliver audio which really can capture itself. So I just bought those headphones, and they are Sony 360 audio ready. And Tidal is, for example, one of the platforms which are tested with the headphones, and it's really cool. I was like, wow, this is the sound quality is so much better, and you really have the feeling that you're within the sound scene. And this was something I was really missing, because I mean MP3 is MP3, but I like music, and I like to hear the different tones, and because those are the tones which are producing emotions. And that's why I'm so keen on this high definition audio stuff. And for example, if you have a Dolby Atmos track, for example, you put it on your ears, and you really have the feeling that you're within the concert, and you're in front of the stage, and you really have the artist playing there. I recommend, for instance, Kraftwerk. There's a very good Dolby Atmos mastered DVD. It's amazing. I listened and watched to it, and I was like, wow. I have the record at home, but it's in some songs I was like, whoa, I did not hear that before, because it was so clear. And this is you need to hear it and experience for itself. It is like eating a good steak or eating something very delicious. I can tell you about it, but if you did not taste it before, you just can imagine what I'm talking about. And this is the same with high definition audio and Dolby Atmos, and those kind of stuff.
I remember back in 2000, the Acura car manufacturer, they had the ability for surround sound 3D audio 20 years ago, but that platform never really kicked off. I'm hoping with Atmos it does, where people that really get into sound, because I mean, when walking around in reality, sound is all around us. It's from everywhere, 360 degrees in a 3D environment. And being able to place that in video or in music, and to get to that level of detail, truly allows an artist to do something that we haven't been able to do before, leveraging technology and creating this wild experience. And then combine that with immersive experiences visually and haptically as we move towards that within the metaverse. That's truly mind-blowing. And we're right at the beginning, and it's going to be really fascinating to see where all of this goes in the next 1 to 3 years. Really, I mean, it's purged to blow up. I feel like what's happening in AR and VR now, like you said, before 2015, even now, I would say 90% of the people that would be listening to this probably are like, I've heard of blockchain, I've heard of Bitcoin. That's about all I know. Maybe a tweet from Elon Musk or something. But it's, especially the last like 60 days, music NFTs. That's really, you see the articles everywhere that exploded. Beeple sold his art, and that's really gone crazy. And I feel that 10% penetration is a tipping point. And then now we're on that really quick trajectory of, let's call it 3 to 5 years, where AR VR is going to have that moment. And so it's really cool meeting people like you that are working on the cusp, trying to figure out, okay, how can we make this great? So with that said, what do you want to build?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Actually, I would like to create an alternative to the smartphone consumption. Um, I mean, it sounds a little bit strange, but let me explain it to you. Today, I think the biggest problem, I mean, the biggest invention, the biggest curse for me is the smartphone. Because on one hand, the smartphone enables so much in terms of creativity, flexibility, mobility, whatever. But on the other hand, I mean, I just need to look back the last few years. I think it's pretty obvious that smartphones, with the possibilities of entering social media networks, is the medium for digital manipulation. Because I think the biggest problem right now is not the social media services. It's just that people are just putting everything in there and actually don't own their own digital ID and just using something. And this something grows and grows and grows. And so, yeah, sometimes it turns out to grow into a direction which normal people would not think that it's healthy. And yeah, if this digital ID then is taken over the real human, then we have a problem which we are facing around the globe right now, because there's so much, yeah, there's so much going on. I mean, just take COVID, for instance. If you look at social media, I sometimes have the feeling that there's 50% which says it does exist, and there's 50% which says it does not exist. And
From all the bots.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, I'm the person, okay, it's fine. I know how to do research and where I get my news. But there are a lot of people outside there which did not learn this and how to do this. And they just consume and are turning to something, yeah, which is quite strange. And that's why I said, okay, if I would like to make a change, I'm not a missionary or something. I don't want to go and say, hey, don't use your smartphone anymore, it's bad for you. No, I just say, hey, let's create an entertaining alternative, which everybody can use with the internet connection and the screen. And if people like this, and they can stay there and can discover their own freedom again, because in Alissia Spaces, there are no algorithms. You have your avatar, which you can highly customize, and then you just go on a discovery tour, like you normally would do in a different city. If you visit a city, do a city trip, then you're discovering all the stuff which there's no algorithm which decides or which knows you and says, okay, we need to carry you to this point or to that point. No, you just travel around the city and have a look at it. And this is the principle which I would like to bring back with Alissia Spaces, that you really can create your digital twin, and then you just go on discovery tour and discover new artists, new art, and some fashion in a much more immersive and gamified way. Yeah.
Is this going to be blockchain based as it evolves?
I mean, as I said, there's technology and tools, and the same applies for VR. Right now, there is no VR because it's just a development decision. Because I think VR is not the market, the mass market right now. and people with an internet connection in the screen, yeah, there's a market. And that's why I said, okay, we are not for now, but definitely at the end of next year at the latest, because I'm expecting that the HMDs will get a little bit better till next year again when it comes to the quality of the resolution. And VR is set definitely, but not for now. And the same is with blockchain, the same thing, because uh, the principle of Alissia Spaces is that you have different virtual worlds within one big virtual world. And every virtual world, which you already can see there, those are NFT worlds. So those worlds are really NFTs. And there will be in total 100 virtual worlds, and that's it. And so I will start to sell 10 spaces each month, so to say, until all the 100 spaces are sold. And then you have 100 different virtual worlds from different brands, artists, etc., which are merged on one platform.
Okay.
And
so
for that, it's blockchain is needed. Yes.
okay. So on the blockchain for everybody listening, let's mix both. Let's talk about the experience that you're trying to build. So it sounds like you're trying to build a healthier experience emotionally than what we get through typical social media today. Is that correct?
Yes. And the thing that that there's no way for you that you can tweet something or can communicate with others in the sense that you just can tell some fake news or spread fake news or something.
So healthier environment, maybe lack of anonymity.
The I mean, no, not really. But on the other hand, yes, of course, because when it comes to blockchain, Alissia Spaces will be built like this, that we kind of know you. So we will do a KYC process because it's needed if it goes into the direction that you get a wallet. There's a KYC process required. But it's good in a sense because afterwards we can ensure that every user which signs up with the launch product with Alissia Spaces, we can ensure that we only have one of this user, so that we really can think about the idea of digital twins. So that that there's no other Bosco Bellinghausen, or there can't be, because this is the main idea. We really have such a process that we can identify you. But of course, within Alissia Spaces, you're anonymous. Because your data is safe with you, just with you, and it just maps your real ID with a digital identity, so to say. And if you walk in within Alissia Spaces, and of course, if you visit a conference there and meets other people and gonna talk to them, then it's Robert, it's you, and it's not I don't know, Obi Panganobi or
Right. Well, I mean, like you said, just the sheer amount percentage of bots out there creating a volume of noise in terms of digital communication is mind blowing. And
yes.
usually that's leveraged for things that aren't best for humanity as a whole. Now, so going back, so healthier environment, and then you're going to take 100 spaces and sell them as NFTs.
Yeah, sell and rent them. There will always be 10 spaces reserved for the Alissia Spaces platform. And those 10 spaces, are will gonna rent out, so brands can rent the spaces and throw a big event or party, or maybe a demonstration of a new product or whatever. And all the others, 90 spaces, they are for sale. iterative, because as I said, I will sell 10 spaces each month. So that is it's a little bit limited, and therefore I would like to give a lot of brands a chance to buy in, because those are, I would say, the more expensive ones, because those NFT spaces actually financing and powering the whole Alissia Spaces platform. This is actually the asset, so to say. And so because then we have a recurring revenue for the platform, which can then, so to say, monetize itself. And because in the end of the day, I would, yeah, I'm thinking in the direction of a truly decentralized autonomous organization. And so that Alissia Space is a platform really can be owned by everyone out there who wants to participate, and then the whole construct can live on its own and don't need a company like mine or whatever, because this is my idea, to create something which can live alone, so to say, and which can be and which is not controlled by just one entity.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's very blockchain community oriented thinking right there.
Yeah.
It's cool. What now? There's Rec Room. Are you familiar with? And I read recently that they're estimated to be the first unicorn at $1 billion valuation. What are some similarities, because it's in the metaverse, and what are some differences of what that experience is versus what you're trying to create?
I mean, we can make it even broader. We can actually take all those companies which are within the metaverse right now. If it's Epic Games, if it's Roblox, if it's Sensorium, Decentraland, etc., etc., etc. All those. This is a cool thing, which less people get right now, because everyone who's creating something within the metaverse is how do you say is valid, because that's the beauty of the metaverse. Everyone can create different experiences and tweak it in their own needs and their own interpretation. So look at mine. Mine's much more human-like. It's very polished. On the other hand, if you have Roblox, it's a totally different experience, but it's cool. But
Good point.
There are different experiences, and this is like in the beginning, where users will just choose what they would like to consume or do and entertain themselves. And there are different platforms, and that's why it's so cool that there is so much diversity, because this is what actually, in my opinion, the metaverse stands for. It's a truly democratizing possibility that everyone can create something, and everyone can produce a really cool adventure. And it doesn't matter. I mean, look at me. I'm a one-man show. And there are like companies which 200 developers and millions of budget. It doesn't matter today, because if you have an idea and have the passion to do something, you can do it. And this is the cool thing. And that's why I just can say everyone, just get started and just do something. And if you like it, continue. And if not, yeah, why not? I mean, it's so cool.
For one, I totally agree. It's how I live my life. It's why I complimented you earlier on how you think about, okay, I want to go learn this thing. I'm going to learn this thing. I'm going to get good at it. And I'm just going to keep growing and touch the different technologies to move towards the path that I want to do. Love that. And in our digital world, we all have access to that information. I had a conversation recently with someone. I said, pretty much outside, I mean, there's going to be more examples, but the two I used were, if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, you got to go get that license. You need to learn under another human for now, and be able to show that you have a certain level of competency. But for 99% of the other stuff, you watch YouTube, you listen to podcasts, you meet people around the world, everybody's sharing information, and you help each other grow. You add value to the community gives you value back, and you, with using that synergy, build your own life. And typically in a way that's, the only way is adding value to people, either through entertainment or finances or education, and everybody gets to grow together, making the world a better place, ostensibly, which is absolutely fantastic. I do want to give an analogy for people that popped into my head when you were talking about the different experiences between Epic, Roblox, and everyone else touching the metaverse. When we're younger and we hit age, whatever you're allowed to drink at, the floors are usually sticky in the places that you go to. People are sloshing drinks all over the place. It's very crowded, very loud. You get a little bit older and the floors become less sticky. The tables are cleaner. The food's better. And then as you move on, then eventually you're paying for quiet and high quality cocktails.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they're all valid experiences. And sometimes, even if you get more to the polished experience, you want to go back to that dive bar and listen to a band that is amazing, and you want to have that particular experience. And so within the metaverse, you can belong to several different communities and have the polished experience, the blocky experience, the music experience, the art room experience. And that's what's really, that diversity that you mentioned is really fascinating.
Exactly, and this is why I'm so on fire, because realizing that, because right now we're so limited. Actually, we have no limits, but we are so limited. Because I live in Munich. It's a very beautiful city. There's a lot of culture going on, etc. But I mean, if you're living in this place for a longer time, yeah, you end up going to the same bars, to the same restaurants, even if there's so much going on. But you're not the person. You get used to the places which you like. And I mean, this is just my personal point of view. And I'm the person. After a while, no, I just need three places. That's all for me. But I don't discover anything more. And with the possibilities of virtual worlds, it actually really extends the possibilities, because you don't need to walk somewhere, and you just can have a look and feel digitally, and get to know the place, the artist, the product. And it's much more, it's much easier to get to the point, because the equivalent is I need to go into the city and do a window shopping. But this is, I need to go to the city and then walk around there. And if I have the same feeling and atmosphere while sitting in front of a computer whenever I would like to, because then in the daytime I can be human and can be outside and have fun and go shopping, for example, if I would like to. And in the evening, I can be the same human, but extend my reality while I'm sitting at home and discover new artists, new art, new products in a much more, because today we just have homepages and websites. It's so boring. I mean, yes, within the pandemic, I mean, everyone is sitting in front of the computer and probably researched all those kind of products and stuff which is available on the market. And but you end up on a website, and it was so boring. I was like, okay, now I have a website for a shoe, I have a website for this, I have a website for that. It's all websites. It's no interaction, no fun. And this is actually what Alissia Spaces brings back.
I
The
love
fun
it.
of it.
And you can see that through the boom of like the app Discord. it grew by leaps and bounds. It used to be for gamers, and now you have all sorts of people diving in and forming their own groups to be able to build community. You have Clubhouse so that people can talk to each other live and be in community. You see it
Which,
with Twitch, yeah. And there's a on LinkedIn, there's a cybersecurity streamer that's on Twitch and has a great show for enterprise security. And
yeah,
right, it's the platforms where people can engage. And then what you're doing, it's going to be physical feeling, it's auditory, it's visual, and it's magical. It's truly mind-blowing when you have, because you're immersed in the space and you're used to a lot of the terms, when you're talking to somebody at one of those favorite bars of yours and you're meeting somebody that doesn't know about this and they're totally new to the whole thing, what do you talk to them about as a way of introduction, and what kind of questions are they asking that get them excited?
yeah, first of all, I mean, it depends in which situation, if it's a sales pitch or if it's just a normal get
normal
to know
normal
each other.
person, yeah, for sure, normal person.
Normal person, I mean, it would take longer to come to the point where explain my whole business, etc. But if you would ask me what I would do, what I'm doing, I would just say, yeah, I'm creating a virtual world with different little virtual worlds, and you have an avatar, and you can visit with this avatar different virtual worlds on one platform. And most people are going to say, okay, yeah, no virtual world. So is it like Second Life or something? And I was, yeah, exactly. Sometimes when I'm funny, I'm asking directly afterwards, when was the last time you played Second Life? Because a lot of people are just say, it's like Second Life, but they never ever experienced Second Life
Right.
themselves, or the last time it was 10 years ago or something.
How often does
And
Ready Player One come up?
actually, I'm quite surprised, not that often. Just when the term metaverse is coming, then everyone, a lot of people are Ready Player One. But one thing which really helped was actually Travis Scott appearance in Fortnite.
Yes.
And those kind of events, or Wave, the whole Wave concerts, which were, yeah, last year there were like big huge concerts with Wave broadcasted together with TikToks, together with other big names and brands. And so some people are already, okay, it's something where I can have a look at virtual music concerts and stuff like this. I see this with Tomorrowland. So there are some people which already have a feeling, but some are like, okay, I don't know how should that work. I mean, I'm not a gamer, and this is always the best starting point, because then I can say, okay, I mean, everybody's used to sitting in front of the computer due to COVID. So I just always say, hey, okay, I mean, you're sitting in front of your computer the whole day, having video chats, etc., etc. Would you like to watch a normal music live stream on YouTube or Twitch in the evening? And some people say, yeah, of course. But some people say, oh, come on, please. I don't want to have the same experience which I have the whole day, just sitting in front of a computer and listening to something. And then I say, hey, what would you think if you're still sitting there, but have the possibilities like in a game, you can walk around, have a cool avatar which you can create like it looks like you, and then you just can go on a discovery tour and put your smartphone away, put everything what's in your head away, and just move and just discover stuff and let you surprise. And a lot of people then say, okay, yeah, okay, I need to explain it a little bit more because you need to see it. Then you really get it. But the people afterwards, they say, okay, so I can move there, and can I meet friends? And they say, yeah, the launch product, you will be able to communicate with your friends only. So there won't be any groups of trolls coming around and talking about something which you don't want to listen to at all. And so the launch product there will be the communication feature, which allows you to communicate with your friends and family. And okay, this is cool. So I have a freedom. I can walk there and can discover new stuff. Okay, yeah, okay. And but do I need some hardware for this? This comes up almost after everyone got the point. They say, no, you just need a screen and a fast internet connection. That's it. Wow, this is cool. Okay, and that's all. Yeah, and if they have a try, if I have my laptop with me, I just can say, here, have a look at it, how easy it is, and the easiness, the easy access to such an experience. This is, yeah, this was one thing which everybody liked and said, well, yeah, okay, I don't need to download anything. Don't need to install anything. Oh, that's easy. That's cool. I have a
That
look at it at least.
the screen and fast internet connection is like a drug dealer saying the first hit is free, because the more that you engage and you see that and you meet people and you develop those relationships, and those we want to fit in with the crowd that we identify with. And if the majority of them are talking about how awesome it is that they're looking around this world, and the sound that they're experiencing is different and better, it's only a matter of time before the person on the flat screen or on the phone is going, okay, I'm going to get this piece and this piece of hardware so I can go into the metaverse.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, some of them, of course, will get themselves a VR headset because this is another extended reality or the next iteration. Because, I mean, Alissia Space is perfect for people which are not into gaming or into VR, AR right now. But still, they really can see what is possible today. And then if they say, "Wow, this is cool," they are much more open to say, okay, now let me try a VR experience, etc. And then you can build on top of it, because right now it's just going from the laptop to the VR headset. It's too huge. I think. I think we need a smoother transition towards those tech, and that's why Alissia Spaces, because it's the in between. It's not VR. It's not real. It's the in between layer, so to say, which is, in my opinion, needed as long as we don't have the mass market for VR and AR.
Bosco, are you in alpha stage, beta stage? Where at are you in development right now?
It's right now in the pre-beta. If you go onto the website, you can test everything out. You still need to work on the performance side when it comes to the whole cloud, because everything is powered in the cloud. So every user gets an own CPU, GPU instance dedicated in the cloud. So that makes it possible that you really can enjoy a AAA quality just with a screen and a fast internet connection.
That's fantastic. So how do people find you online? How do they find Alissia Spaces? Tell the audience.
I mean, right now it's we are still in development, and the official launch will be in November this year. But right now, you can test it on. You probably will put the link maybe in the video down description or
Absolutely.
somewhere.
Yeah, look in the description below.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is how you do it on YouTube or whatever. I don't know. Alissia.io. This is a page, and this is the only thing you need. And there you can enter the beta and test it for yourself. And as I said, in November this year, there will be the big official launch with some really cool brands, artists, etc. And really looking forward to it.
And everybody, you should absolutely check this stuff out. As Bosco said, it is polished. I personally love the music component. I love that it's meant for everybody, not just gamers. And the fact that we're getting closer to that launch, you get to have closer to a finished product that you can start to engage in a community early and have an opportunity to be one of those founding members, which is pretty dang exciting. So make sure you look in the description below. All of the information will be there. Bosco, I really appreciate you taking the time to connect with me today. Thank you for sharing about your journey. It's really interesting, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Robert.